Hi guys, Robo46 here and welcome yourselves to round 5 of Robo's Racing League on MotoGP 15. This is the Moto2 League. It's the halfway point of the season and this week we are racing at Assen. Qualifying, Dylan was on pole, closely followed by one racer in second, and I was close behind in third, setting my personal best in qualifying. Emil was just behind me. Morlan 99 was 5th, Typical Mikey 6th, Colonel Carlos 7th, Biker in 8th, and Morlan 97 in 9th. So let's go over to the grid and we'll get this race underway. I wasn't really that confident with this race, to be honest, because Assen on the game is a bit weird, especially with the GP bikes. It's really hard to not crash because there's so many dodgy corners. It's not as bad for the Moto2s, but I still wasn't that confident. But let's do this. So got a pretty decent start, 3rd place. And then someone came past. I go really wide at the first corner. Someone crashed. There's Typical Mikey. Back down to 5th. We get ready to go into that really tight left-hand hairpin. I decide to use first gear out of there just because, for me, I get a better X out there in first gear than what I do in second gear, just because of the way that I have my setup. And then completely caught that up. I turned in way too early and then had to kind of stand the bike up and have another go at turning in. Still 4th at the moment. Dylan just ahead of me, have 2nd. He's got it all over the place for some reason in the first lap. I've done my personal best in qualifying. A lap time I couldn't even get to when I was doing time trial, but managed to do it in qualifying. But yeah, it's not going too bad at the moment. Still 4th place. Morland 97's just moved up to 5th. Now Biker has as well. Into the chicane for the first time. Try not to cut it. Don't want to get any penalties. And we've actually closed up a little bit on 3rd place. So 10th. We're almost 2 tenths ready. Into the first corner. Better through there that time. It goes stupidly wide like I did on the first lap. Crashed for Morlan 99. He was in 9th place at that time. Colonel Carlos overtakes Morlan 97. And then the guys ahead just pulling away slightly out of that tight hairpin. Biker 1.7 behind me. Definitely a lot better through there that time. Dylan was on the grass. Tipped in a bit too early there. Almost crashed because I went on that stupid curb. Losing time going over that curb as well. But didn't really lose too much time. Starting to catch back up to him gradually. I seem to have been struggling coming out of the corners. That's where I was losing most of my time. 0.7. 2.2 ahead of Biker. He really pulled away from me now. As we go into the chicane for the 2nd time. All good. Someone went really wide on the exit there. And racer sets the fastest lap. Nicely done on the first corner. People all over the place going wide, and Dylan set the fastest lap. That's why those three are really close together now. I'm not that far behind, but it's just that little bit too much that I can't get in their slipstream or anything. And this is where I usually lose most of my time, and you can see there that I have lost even more time. It's basically a 2nd up to Emil now, who's in 3rd. Trying to see now if I can stay with him. 1.2. Slowly losing time. 3.2 back to Biker. So the gap in front is increasing. The gap behind is increasing. I am starting to go back into no man's land. Whereas looking like it's going to be a pretty lonely race. Just under a second again, so I caught up a little bit. Then into the Timmy chicane. Made a bit of an error. I saw that line across the gravel and for some reason I aimed straight for it. Someone had already cut the chicane and I don't know why, I just tipped him way too early and ended up cutting. And then on lap 5, because nothing really happened, I cut this corner a bit too fine and down I went. So I was still in 4th. Obviously lost loads of time to the front, 5.7 seconds now, only 2.1 back to Biker, who is in 5th still. But still I had enough pace to pull away from him. Lap 7, definitely pulled away from Biker. I was actually catching up to those guys in front, but coming out the first part of the chicane, my rear just came out. It was a really weird crash, that's never happened to me before. And I just went to stand the bike up and the rear just let it go. So another crash. 7.4 now up to Dylan in 3rd. 2 laps to go. Still got my 1.3 second penalty from cutting that chicane too much earlier. A crash for Moorland 99 in 8th place. And then lap 10. Halfway around the lap. Dylan had a couple of crashes as well, so he wasn't that far ahead. Well, he was really 7.7. What am I on about? But yeah, he had a couple of crashes as well. Colonel Carlos was in 5th place at that time. He was battling with Typical Mikey and Biker 5th. And coming around to the final sector. .9. We come round. Just the chicane to navigate. Now you see Emil went ahead of one racer there. And that was it. A pretty damn boring race for me, unfortunately. Yeah, here's the results. One racer took the win, closely followed by Emil. Even though Emil actually crossed the line first, but because he's a cheating bastard, he had a 2.6 second penalty, so he ended up 2nd. Dylan was 3rd, I was 4th, Biker got 5th, Typical Mikey was 6th, Colonel Carlos 7th, Moorland 99 in 8th, and Moorland 97 in 9th. So let's have a look at the championship standings. One racer extends his lead to 108 points. MO007 Heskey is 2nd with 94. Dylan in 3rd with 88. I'm in 4th with 63. Just ahead of Armola 99 in 5th with 59. Brandy Scales not racing this week in 6th with 43 points. Closely followed by Biker now in 7th with 40 points. Moorland 97 in 8th with 34 points. GSXR Matt in 9th, not racing this week also, he's on 29. N-Jerk in 10th with 16 points, and the Postman in 11th, with 15 points. And then we've got I Am Cyborg, who's no longer going to be racing now, he's in 12th with 13 points. Typical Mikey in 13th with 10 points, Colonel Carlos 14th with 9 points, and Chand in 15th with 5 points. So that is the halfway point of the season. The next race is at Brno this Friday, the 8th of April. Looking forward to that one. Definitely prefer Brno to Assen. Hopefully it should be a lot more comfortable there than what I was at Assen. And it should be a good race because every time I race with these guys online, and it's at Brno. It's always really close, so definitely looking forward to that. Slightly later time of 8:30, but thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like, subscribe to my channel for more content. I shall see you guys in the next video. See you.